Welcome to Ruling Recap, the podcast where I read aloud the important cases decided by the bar chairperson for the 2025 bar exam. If you're preparing for the exam or just interested in staying updated, this podcast is your go-to source for hearing the key rulings that could impact your study and practice. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's case. Can the piercing of corporate veil be resorted by the courts to avoid denial of legitime? The answer is yes. In one of the cases decided by Lazaro Javier, Cali Realty Corporation versus Paz Enriquez, GR number 257454, Camilo Sr. and Librada Enriquez got married and they had 5 children during their union: Ernesto, Camilo Jr., Bella, Justado, and Paz. Aside from this, they also acquired several properties covered by several transfer to certificate of titles, which were then registered under the name of Camilo Sr., married to Librada. Unfortunately, Librada died and was survived by Camilo Sr. and their 5 children. Months after the death of Librada, a company under the name of Cali Realty Corporation was organized with the father, Camilo, together with the 4 other children as its named incorporators. Paz was not included by her father. Shortly after this, Camilo Sr. executed a deed of assignment in favor of CRC, which effectively conveyed to the latter certain parcels of land and caused the transfer of the TCTs to the latter. Aggrieved, Paz, the only child who was not an incorporator of CRC, challenged the said conveyance and argued that the properties are in fact conjugal in nature and that she is entitled over the same insofar as her 1/6 share in the estate of her mother. Both the Regional Trial Court and the Court of Appeals ruled in Paz's favor. On appeal, CRC argued that the lands transferred to the corporation were exclusive properties of Camilo Sr., who died in 2005, and that the other shareholders were not implemented, resulting in a deprivation of property without due process. Paz's contention is that, as a compulsory heir, she had been deprived of legitime from Camilo Sr. when the latter's properties were transferred in the name of CRC, whose incorporators are the remaining compulsory heirs. CRC, for its part, alleged that its right to due process was violated when Paz's 4 other siblings, who are stockholders, were not implemented by Paz. Issue of the case: was there a violation of due process when the stockholders of CMC were not implemented by Paz? The court held that no, there was no violation of due process when the stockholders of CMC were not implemented by Paz. The Supreme Court has held that the corporation and its stockholders may be treated as one and the same person when the separate and distinct personality of the corporation was purposefully employed to evade a legitimate and binding commitment and perpetuate a fraud or like wrongdoings. In this case, CRC was actually used to perpetuate fraud and injustice against Paz when the latter was unduly deprived of her shares in the subject properties. Camilo Sr. and Paz siblings obviously used CRC as an instrument to exclude Paz from enjoying her share as a compulsory heir in violation of the laws on succession. Having been regarded as one entity, neither CRC's nor the 4 siblings' right to due process was violated when the latter were not implemented by Paz. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ruling Recap. I hope you found today's case helpful as you prepare for the 2025 bar exam. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, keep listening, keep studying, and good luck with your bar exam preparation.